Hey guys, it's my2045 here again, and today I'm going to be doing a walk around and overview of my 2003 Ford Focus ZX5. I'm just going to show you guys around a little bit. I've had some people tell me that instead of just talking about it in every single video I have of it, I should just do an overview and reference it, which I agree. So here it is. It is 03, as I said. Has 31,600 miles, I think, on it. I haven't really looked at it here in a little while, and it is a little wet. As you can see, it's raining again. It always seems to be raining during my videos. But the exterior color is Silver Frost, metallic. It's a really, really pretty color when it's clean. As I said, it's a 5-door Focus, 5-door model, not the ZX3. I don't know if this is the ZX5 Comfort or Premium, I'm not sure. License plate blocked out for obvious reasons. But the interior, do this quick, is just the standard cloth. There's actually some pretty modest bolstering on the seats. People say that these seats aren't really comfortable, but they're actually not bad. There's definitely worse car seats out there. Automatic transmission, there's a dog crying. But I'll pop the hood here. Just show you guys under the hood first before I go into a whole lot of detail. Still warm. Stick you guys up there for now while I go. This is Ford's 2-liter Z-Tech plant. It was used in a wide range of cars and different configurations. Well, not really configurations, but it got old and progressively got better and better each engine. I think this is the last Z-Tech they used. I'm not sure. I think there's a model in Europe currently that's like the 1.0, and they call it, the trim is the Z-Tech, but it's not a Z-Tech engine. But this is a 2-liter making 130 horsepower and 140 to 145 foot-pounds of torque. Every Z-Tech is different. It could have more power or less power. It all just kind of depends. This particular one has been in excellent condition, excellent kept. The battery is actually from 2005. Almost a 10-year-old battery, and it's been doing fine. But it's very, very clean under the hood. The only thing I've really done under here is the intake resonator delete, which there should be a box right there, but it's not. It doesn't really do anything other than sound. And I just cleaned it up a little bit, checked the plugs, those are good. Oil change, all that good stuff. It's a good little engine, it moves this car pretty good. This car only weighs about 2,700 pounds, thereabouts, with all the stuff that I have in it currently. So 130 horsepower is pretty decent enough to get it moving. So the only things I've done to it were tinted side markers, which those are way too dark. I don't really like those. Fog lights, which are really, really dark. I don't like those. Plastic rims, which are okay. They look pretty good. They're better than what was on it. Night shaded rear tails. Those look pretty good, actually. And what I did last night was a D badge. There would be a Focus logo right here, then a ZX5 logo. Looks clean in the tip, which is ugly, but it still works and it looks better than what it was. So, other than that, just preventative maintenance stuff, cleaned it up, little stuff here and there. But I'll just leave the hood open for now, and we can look at the interior of the car. Now, one thing I really, really like about Ford's interior from the early 2000s is the fact that if you can, I'll shut this door. If you compare it to cars from the same exact era, it really does look more ahead of its time. Like my driving instructor's car that I had to take my driving test in, well, not driving test, but had to get the 8 hours or whatever it was. It was an 03 Cavalier, and the interior compared to this looked like it was from the late 90s. It was just really, really outdated. The gauge, keep this light on. The gauges and stuff are a lot more modern on this car. Just the interior feel is a lot more modern. And people said they don't really like these panel gaps, but I think they're not bad, because the one thing I really like about this one over here is you can hide the GPS cable all around, and it really does, I think, add to the style of this car. It's just kind of this car isn't really meant to be the greatest thing on the road, and God forbid it really isn't. It's not supposed to be at all. It's basically a glorified grocery getter, but it's like, people underestimate these things all the time because, I'm sorry, I'm going on a little bit of a rant here, but these cars are really, really fun to drive, and you wouldn't really expect it unless you hopped in one and just drove it. Especially with like small upgraded suspension mods like an SVT suspension swap, which really isn't that hard, or a bigger sway bar, stress bars, all that stuff. This car isn't really a straight line car, if you've caught that just already, but it's more of a handling car, and it really does grip the corners well for a front wheel drive, basically economy car. But it's a fun car. I just wish I had a manual transmission, but for how many low miles this thing has on it, an automatic will suffice sufficiently. My trash bag. But yeah, on the inside, it's roomy. I'm 6 foot, and there's no issue with space in here at all for me. You can see everything. The dash is nice and low. All your radio controls right here. This is the optional Blaupunkt head unit. You've probably seen this, in a couple of my videos. Air conditioning is standard, I think, on all Focuses. Rear defrost. I've seen some models in Europe that have the front window defrost, which would be kind of nice, but it doesn't really matter. I already have the vent one. I mean, like the little electrodes inside the window, like you can see on the back. Can't really, but I'll show you the guys that in a little while. But anyways, it works very, very well. Air conditioner, everything works good. That Ford logo isn't supposed to be there. I found that and slapped it on there. It is a very, very nice car. E-brake. It needs new brakes. They're 11 years old, original to the car. Another thing I did was the paint pen mark around the gauges. But here it is. I'll put on the key and accessory so I can see the miles. 31,602. So definitely one of the lower mile Focuses I need gas to. But it's a very fun car, especially for a first car. For me, I don't really need anything else because kids are spoiled. I know somebody that has a Toyota Tundra, all these brand new Fiestas and stuff, when really this is all I need. Just cheap point A to B car, gets 28 miles a gallon around the city. And it's reliable, and it goes fast when I need it to, which is very rare. It's a really, really smooth riding car. It's just really, really fun to drive. And you wouldn't really realize that until you actually hopped in one and drove it. And I'll sit in the passenger seat for you guys so you can see what that is. Of course it's locked. Excuse me. And some people disagree with me that it's a fun car to drive, but oh well, each person has their own personal preference and you can't really change that. So this side's a little bit different to sit in. That's because the seat doesn't have any height adjustment. But it's almost feels even more open than the driver's side, obviously because there's no big steering wheel, but the dash is closer to you than on the driver's side. I don't know if you notice that. It kind of goes in and kind of swoops back out. But yeah, you get a lot of leg room in here. I'm 6 foot and I can almost stretch my legs all the way out, and I'm not even really trying. So we shall sit in the back seat, which I also have no issue with. Just got a bunch of school stuff. And it's dark in here because there's no rear dome light, which is kind of a downfall. But I am 6 foot. I'm sitting normally. Trying to see if we can, I don't know, but I have about a good 1.5 to 2 inches, about that much, from the seat and my kneecap sitting normally. So my knee doesn't touch the seat and I'm 6 foot, so it fits well. And here are those little electrodes I was talking about, the black lines in the windows. Yeah, for a first car, it's really perfect for me. I don't really need anything else. And to be honest with you, if this car just decided to die on the way home from school, like tomorrow or something like that, I'd be heartbroken for real. To be honest with you, because it's been good to me, so you got to be good to it. But the car has no rust. basically. Especially for being in the rust belt, it's not bad. There's some on the bottom of the side skirts, and the suspension bits are really kind of rusted, but oh well, it works fine. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video, just so I could get an overview of this car. Surprisingly, there's really not too many like owner overviews. A lot of them are dealerships, and they're like, oh, buy this car because it has this, 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 and this, and it's really nice, and it doesn't really give kind of like an overview of the car, and it just kind of like says buy it. I know Saab Kyle 04 has an SPI sedan version automatic on his channel, and I'm not trying to be like him at all. I'm just showing off my car and what I've done to it. And obviously this is not a run-of-the-mill ZX5 because I have done certain things to it that anybody can really do. But somebody told me to meet a little while ago, but it's kind of funny that the timing belt cover says cheap. That's kind of funny. Yep, it runs good, it drives good, everything I like about it. It doesn't have any issues. I actually took it for a 60-mile trip a couple of days ago over a bunch of hills and stuff, and it was fine. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Sorry it was a little long. I just had to vent a couple things. So yeah, let me know if you want more of this. I don't really get too many comments on my videos, and that doesn't really bother me a whole lot. It's just that people really don't have time or don't watch the entire video, which I can respect. Because I too am human and I have other things to do. So thank you guys for watching this video again. Just let me know if you want any more of this car. I can definitely do that. If you are on Focus Fanatics, I'm Mine2145 on there as well. So if you want to drop me a line, private message, and say hi and found this video, do so. So thank you guys. Talk to you later.